Good morning, everybody. Afternoon. Happy Monday. Hello. Welcome to day 8 of Ignite Your Self-Belief. Welcome to What Have You Got to Gain? How are you all? I hope you are awesome. Grab your lunch, come on in. Let me know what you did over the weekend. If you have popped up, if you've seen my name, please come in and say hi. If you're watching on Insta, welcome. I hope you guys have had an awesome weekend recharging. And down here in Melbourne, and I think a few other states, we've actually got some long weekend coming up. So I hope you guys have been able to get prepared for that and you're doing something really awesome. So welcome, everybody. What have you got to gain? Day 8. Check out the latest backdrop. Check this out, guys. I have a very talented husband who managed to pull it all together. The marbling behind you is the marbling I have actually in my office at our factory, and I can't wait to get back in there and get it sorted. And he's kindly produced a beautiful backdrop for me. So welcome, everybody. I hope you are awesome. I hope that you have had a chance to catch up on the videos over the last 7 days. And I'd really love to know your feedback. What have been your most favorite parts? Perhaps you've had a light bulb moment. Perhaps you've had a little change. Perhaps you may have caught yourself saying something or not saying something that you haven't before. Maybe you didn't react as much as you could. Maybe you were able to have a little bit more fun, a little bit more spontaneity, a little bit more freedom. Maybe that was what the game was for you. So welcome, everybody. Today, first of all, my name is Claire Boyett. For those that are jumping on for the very first time, I am the Chief Inspiration Officer here at Inspired Lifestyles, and I'm so excited to bring to you my Ignite Your Self-Belief Masterclass. This is a 9-day event. We are at day 8. Tomorrow, we wrap things up in a beautiful pink bow, and we deliver what the next step is. So I'm here to help you break up with that constant busy feeling that you find yourself in, the constant merry-go-round, the hamster wheel, the Groundhog Day that is stopping you from being the most present mum and passionate partner you can be, that stops the guilt from being able to be released and dissolved and washed away. So today, on Friday, I announced an amazing offer and we've had so much interest. So it has been amazing. I've got lovely conversations happening all over the place, and it is to work with me in Activate Your Feminine CEO, a 6-week immersion series where we activate your feminine energy. We get down deep into the divine feminine energy that is stopping you from feeling nurturing, from really taking your partnerships, your relationships, your friendships, your parenting to the next level. And it's stopping you from living a life of absolute carefree freedom. Okay, we are so stuck in the have-tos that we've forgotten how to live the get-to, and we are so stuck in the control, the process, and the routine that we are running on autopilot, and life is going by. I'm all about bringing us back into this middle of the present, because I know coming from the corporate world, I missed out on so much. There were so many moments I missed. There were so many opportunities I just was not there for, or perhaps I was there and I actually wasn't present. So I'm here to help you all dissolve all of those as we take the next journey together as well. So today is split into 2 little parts. I've got some questions that have come through and some that have been answered back in my masterclass in November, and some new ones. So I'm going to go through and answer some of those in a really impactful, insightful way. Also going to run through a quick visualization. Okay, it's going to be really, really simple, and it's going to really get you to think about what are you going to get to gain from working with me. And if this has been able to happen in these 20 minutes, what could 6 weeks do? So first of all, before we start anything, everyone will be coming into this masterclass having a guard up about something. Everyone will have a predisposition of what they're here for. We have been sold to, we live in such a marketing world for so many years that there is always a plan B, a plan C, a plan Z, and there always has to be a catch. Like I mentioned on Friday, what if there isn't a catch? What if there is nothing else hidden? There's no hidden messages. There's nothing in there. It is what it is. What if Activate Your Feminine CEO? What if breaking up with being busy? What if Ignite Your Self-Belief is exactly what it is? What if it could be the stepping stone that has been holding you back in that ravine that you've been feeling from where you are now to where you want to go? What if it could be a golden path that is laid for you? What if it glimmers in the sun? rather than an old rickety bridge that collapses every time you're so fearful to take a step? What if we can dissolve all of those fears? Now, on Friday, I also mentioned it's not about a fear of spiders or heights. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to do that for you. But what if I can help you dissolve your fear of being seen? What if I can help you dissolve your fear of disappointing people so that you lose your good girl mindset, so that you lose the need and the feeling and the guilt that is driving your reliability? And what if I can help you dissolve your fear of rejection so that you become the most authentic version of you and you are less fearful of upsetting people along the way? What if you get stronger by standing on your own and you lose that fear of everybody else's judgment for doing what you really want to do? What sets your heart on fire? What would you gain from that? What if that dissolving did all of those magical things and in the 6 weeks you come out and you are exactly who you want to be? You are the same you are just less fearful. And you are not judging yourself, and you are not being hard on yourself, and you are not making yourself feel guilty for all the things that you are amazing for. So imagine that. Remember on Monday and early last week, we said we're at the fork in the road. I want you to visualize that now. We're in the fork in the road, and the path on the right is the path you have traveled for your whole life up until now. Nothing is going to change in that path. It is reliable. It is predictable. Okay, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to feel into that. And at the end of that path, I want you to see all your struggles wrapped up in a bow, in a ball, and it's sitting there. All of your fears, your fear of being seen, the fear of what if, the fear of someone laughing at you, the fear of you not being good enough, the fear of you being unloved, unseen, unheard, your judgments, the guilt that you currently feel for not doing enough or what you perceive is not enough, all there. I want you to picture your resentment sitting there. In that bowl, in that bow, in that ball, in the middle is all of your resentment for the chances you didn't take and the times you've written yourself off. The times you've actually said to you, maybe it's not meant for me. The stories you've told yourself that that sort of opportunity doesn't happen for people like me. Your family doesn't come from anything like that. We don't deserve that. That's only made for people who earn money, who are wealthy. I want you to see all of that resentment. I want you to see all that judgment that is sitting on the right-hand side of your path. The path that is familiar to you, the path that you feel is comfortable, the path that you feel is not actually inspiring, that doesn't get you out of bed every day. The path that is weighing your shoulders down is on the right side. You know how the game plan plays out on this side. You've been playing the game plan for whole life. You've been towing the line. You've been saying it to yourself every single day. Don't worry. I'll deal with it. Leave it with me. I'll sort it out. Give me a second. I'll get back to you. All of those phrases you constantly say to everybody else that you take on that is not your weight to carry is in that ball. How do you feel? How is your body feeling? How is your body showing you that's feeling right now? Are you feeling hunched over? Do you feel heavy in your back? Do you notice you're not smiling? Do your eyes feel heavy? Are you frowning? The tongue sitting on the roof of your mouth really hard, the tension in your jaw. I want you to feel all of those things right now. Because what you are feeling does not have to continue. It is not difficult, but it will be confronting. Because if, like me, for the last 39.5 years, you've been telling yourself a story that is basically untrue, unfathomably untrue, that you are actually too good rather than good enough. You are too good for where you are now. You deserve everything that you have. You deserve the coffee dates. You deserve the lunch dates. You deserve the hugs, the kisses, the snuggles, the thank yous, over the tears, over the frustrations, over the heartache. So on the right-hand side, in that ball that is wrapped up in a bow, all your excuses are there. So underneath all the resentment, next to all the guilt, all the judgment, is I don't have time. I can't be bothered. What if it fails? I don't have money. I don't have the energy. I don't know where to start. I don't know what I want to be. I don't know what I want to feel. I want you to see all of those in that ball. And I want you to really focus in on how your body is feeling now. Because right now is the last time you can be feeling this. Today could be the last day that you ever have to feel that pit in your stomach rise through the center of your chest. Today is the last day that you could be feeling the weight weighing in on your shoulders. Could be the last day that you ever feel the tension in your jaw that causes you headaches, that causes your posture to be out of alignment, that causes your frown to be constantly in a state where you don't feel happy. Today could be the last day where you say, I miss out now. I don't have time. I want you to think of, I just want you to change don't into won't. Remember we went through this Friday. I won't invest in me. That ball is saying to you right now, in the right side of that path, the comfiness, what you know, you won't invest in you. You won't take yourself seriously. You won't love yourself to try. You won't ask for help. You won't feel less guilty. I want you to take a notice of the feeling that you're feeling. And then I want you to stop and I want you to glance to the left. I want you to glance to the path that we spoke about that's covered in fairy lights. You notice there's a few boulders. You notice there's a few mud pools. But it's okay because you're tough, you're strong, and there is something inside you, right deep down inside your soul that is saying, but maybe what if? And it's not screaming at you like your doubts are screaming at you. It's not saying you are not good enough. You are too guilty for spending time on you. You are not worthy. It is saying, but what if we try? What if we can? And what if I like it? On the left-hand side, I want you to take a step to the left so that your whole body is positioned in front of this path. And over the darkness and over the grey and over the mud and over the boulders through to the fairy lights, you see glistening a kilometre away. You see the glistening of the lights. You see a beautiful green clearing amongst all of the trees. There is no ball. There are no fears. There are no guilt. There is no resentment. Instead, there is accomplishment. There is hard work. There is, I did it. I tried 5 times and I'm here. There is, I love me. There is, I love you. There is, I love us. There are hugs. Dogs barking. There are kisses. There are moments where you're standing in your kitchen and everyone is in a group hug. There is moments where the rush has fallen away. There is moments and there is strength within you that you see in the future version of you where you haven't allowed the rejected voice to speak, where you are good enough and you are far too good for where you used to be. You've demanded more and you've stepped up to match. You now do have the time, you do have the energy, and that has meant that your relationships are deeper, loving, time, fun, crazy, silly, nurturing, intimate and sexy perhaps. You do have the money because you found a way. You listened to the voice that was inside you and you said, I deserve this, because what else have I got? I could continue the way I'm going and find every excuse under the sun, or you can just say yes. Can you afford to stay exactly where you were? Glance over the right. Now that you're feeling warm, you're feeling the glow of the fairy lights, you're hearing the music. It's playful, it's calm, it's inviting, it's fun, and it's safe. You've earned it. You have belief, and those that believe in you are there. Those that love you are there, because you've broken down the walls of resentment. You've dissolved your fears of disappointing them, of having them reject you, and for them to be seeing you. You've dissolved all of those. You are now holding hands together in accomplishment of what you've all done, because it takes a village, it takes a community, it takes a lot of hard work for us to become who we want to be. And everyone has risen around you because you said yes to you. You said yes to the opportunity of what could be. You said, yes, I deserve better than where I was. And in that small moment, you're quiet. You're looking around, the glow of the fairy lights are with you, the wind in the trees, the light filtering through. And you've made it. You've made it through all of those dark days that have been worth it. In the warmth that is flowing around you, you hug yourself. I want you to grab your arms, and I want you to hug yourself, because I want you to remember the feeling. I want you to rub your arms and hug yourself, because this is the feeling that you should take with you every single day. The hug that you give yourself every day will take you back to the fairy lights, the forest, the green, the calm, the love, the play. Every time you feel that you are triggered from the disappointment, the rejection, and the guilt, the fears, the heartache, the too hard, the I won'ts, every time you hug yourself, you will be transported back to the fairy lights in the forest. And you will be reminded of how far you came when you said yes. I want instead of I won't. Now, isn't that worth taking a chance on? Okay. Isn't that worth it? Isn't that what your soul wants to do? And now that you are calm, that you are present, and that you are free from all those dissolved fears, disappointments, rejections, opinions, what could you do? What else have you got to gain? What would you go after? Because you now no longer lose. You have everything to gain. You have nothing to lose anymore. You have everything to gain. Your world is your oyster. What you have to gain is a brand new you in whatever way, shape, or form you choose. The most comfortable person, woman you have ever been in your life. Your vulnerabilities are through, your walls have come down, and your insecurities have shattered all over the floor. Those stories of our family doesn't do this, I'm not good enough, I've never done it before, which are inherited in your soul, have flown away. They've grown wings and gone because you've transported to somewhere new. You are now a new present mum that has more energy than her children. If you've got two boys like me, you want to be there. You are engaged with your family. You are not just hearing, you are listening and conversing and communicating. You are now a passionate partner, a partner who solely serves you, that you truly deserve, and they deserve you. A passionate partner that understands you, that presents you, and that is so proud of you every single day because you overcame adversity to where you are now. You are now no longer the people pleaser, kissing their ass, doing all the things you don't want to do. You are strong, you are safe, you are comfortable, and you now receive much more than you give. You have a new glow, you have a new energy, for what you regard in your morals, your boundaries, your inner circle have been cultivated. They now protect and serve you like nothing else. You are the true queen of everything and everything. You have stronger boundaries that you no longer feel guilty for enforcing. These boundaries allow you to say no so that you can spend time with those that you truly love. You stop sitting at tables where you are not being heard. You stop sitting at tables where your body and your intuition is telling you you are not meant to be there. That is what you have to gain. You have to stop wasting time doing what you think you should be doing and just doing what you want. How does that sound? How does that feel? What worries are now dissolved? What strength do you think you can find? What spark have you found that you have ignited within yourself? What belief do you now have in yourself of what is possible? What I've just shown you is just a snippet of what the 6 weeks will be. Every single one of the 6 weeks we spend together is immersive, is open, and is collaborative. Because I have so much to gain from you as you do from me. But there is so much to be gained about our journey as a woman, as a mum, and as everything as the CEO. There is so much to be gained for the trust we must find in ourselves, the strength we must find in ourselves, because people are going to appreciate us more for standing our ground with style and grace. This is what you have to gain. You have nothing else to lose. It will not get worse than what it is now. Okay? You have your struggles, your beliefs have held you back for long enough. It's time to step forward to the left-hand side of the path. And on that left-hand side, I am willing to walk every single step of the way with you. So I hope that you have loved this little session. It's been a lot softer, but it's been very direct. I hope that you have been able to envisage what your struggles look like, wrapped in that bow, in that ball, what your feelings look like. And I hope that you can see the world of possibility on the left side that is covered in fairy lights if you choose to be brave and say yes, or perhaps more. What could you do? Who would you be? How would you feel? How would you look? What would you say? What would your energy level be like? Because you have the whole world to gain than what you have right now. What you are struggling with now does not need to be there forever. It's not going to go away all by itself. You need to believe in you. You need to try something that is going to get you there. It's going to be worth it. The struggle I have been through over the last 18 months, 6 months, 2 weeks has been life-changing, and I'm going to share every single part of that with you. Okay, I'm giving you the framework and I'm giving you the tools so that we can work together and do this in Activate Your Feminine CEO. It's a really important self-discovery session. So ladies, I trust that this has been an amazing session for you. I would really love to hear your feedback on what you feel. Not so much what you love, but what you feel. How does possibility feel for you? What have you got to gain? What could you do? Okay, and I want you to really note all of these things down. Note how before you were hugging yourself in that dark space. How did you transform? Then when you hug yourself, are you instantly transported back to the fairy lights where it's all going to be okay? Where you said yes to you and you've learnt the framework. I'd love to hear. And I'd love to see you for our final session tomorrow at 12 o'clock right here. Okay, and it's going to be a beautiful wrap up. So today we focused a lot on the current struggles and what that looks like in our bow. Tomorrow we're going to look at the fairy lights and we're going to really delve deep into what that is and igniting our own self-belief. I'm going to share a little bit about my story and the reason I cultivated a community and how my community will support you. How the people that have come before you are going to stand up and hold your hand, because it's going to be really important we do this together. Such important work. So I trust that this has been amazing. I trust that you have an amazing Monday afternoon, and I see you all tomorrow And for those that have registered, for those that have been watching, I have been keeping note. I will make contact with you over the next few days just to touch base, just to say hi and get a little bit stronger. So I trust that this has been amazing. Thank you to everyone for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow for our final session. Bye.